Hi there, Gene Hamilton with Better Ride Skills Coaching, here with a review of the most expensive wheel set I've ever bought. So, 4 years and 2 months ago, a friend of mine talked me into buying this incredibly expensive wheel set. He was raving about the Onyx hubs and raving about the 40 mil internal width Envy rims so you could put a big 3.0 front tire on them. And I thought he was nuts, but he kept urging me to do it. And I trust this guy, so eventually I bought the wheels. And after buying the wheels, it took about 5 months to get them assembled. It took about 5 weeks, thank gosh, not 5 months. It took about 5 weeks to get them assembled and shipped to me and everything. And man, the buyer's remorse was setting in because I had paid a fortune for these wheels. Then they arrived. And when they arrived, they had, I knew this was gonna happen, but I hadn't seen it yet. They had my logo engraved on both the hubs. I'm assuming you can get anything you want on your Onyx hubs, as long as you have them. So, I got the wheel set in. I was super excited to ride them. So, put them on my bike, and believe me, this was 3 bikes ago because it was 4 years and 2 months ago. Put them on my bike, and the first thing I noticed, which I was told about but hadn't really experienced yet, complete silence of the rear hub and virtually no drag. These are the fastest coasting hubs I've ever had. So I love that. And then as soon as I started climbing, I noticed the other big thing these hubs are famous for, and that is their instant engagement. No matter, when you backpedal, they just engage instantly or stop pedaling. There's none of that eighth of a pedal stroke lag, and that really helps in technical climbing, in doing wheelies, and just pedaling out of corners. You just don't have that little dead spot. So that I found amazing right away. Really enjoyed the instant engagement. My technical climbing has definitely gone up a notch since getting these hubs. Then, the next thing people will tell you though, is that, I don't know why people talk about this, that they have a soft engagement. There's like a little bit of sponginess there. Well, I really don't feel it. And if there is a little bit of sponginess, I think it's a great way to keep you from smashing on the pedal and breaking traction. Because as I said, my technical climbing has soared through the roof. I don't feel like I'm losing any energy with that quote sponginess. I don't even feel it. I think these hubs are amazing. Now we'll get to the rims. So the rims, I was a bit leery of the rims. I broke quite a few carbon rims, most of them Envy, back in the 26-inch wheel days. But I had all mountain Envy rims on a downhill bike, and I weigh 185 pounds. Probably not the best idea. And they were pretty new to mountain bike carbon fiber wheels back in the 26-inch wheel days. They've come a long way since then. The 26-inch wheels also felt a little stiff. This way, like they weren't compliant on rocks, felt like it made the trail maybe a little rougher. So, well, I wasn't a big fan of them. But then, with 29-inch wheels, your spokes are a lot longer, which makes the wheels more compliant to begin with. And they've changed the structure of the Envy wheels a bit, so they have just a little more give in them. And I feel they're fantastic on the trail. Next thing is Gene. But you said they break, and man, like I said, I used to break a lot. But in my 4 years and 2 months of owning this wheel set so far, I broke this rear wheel once, and that's because I flatted. And then well after that flat, I smashed a rock. I was going really fast on Porcupine Rim on one of the roughest, rockiest parts of that trail. It's also quite fast, part of the double track where you're just hauling tail. And I would have cracked any rim doing that, or at least bent the heck out of another rim. And luckily, I could put a tube in and made it home. It didn't crack the rim in half or anything. It just put a little slice in the rim. So I called Envy the next day, and they were super friendly. They gave me an RA number to ship it in, so I didn't have to pay to ship it in. Shipped it into Envy. They put a new rear rim on, completely rebuilt it, and sent it back to me in, I believe, 7 or 8 days. It was a very short amount of time. And everything went great for another year or so. And then when I was changing the rim strip one day, I noticed there was a little bit of like a spot where, look at the carbon was splitting, the carbon fibers were splitting a little bit, which probably didn't impair the wheel at all, but because it was right under the rim strip. But anyway, I was worried about it, so I called them and they said, "Oh, no problem, send it in." Sent me a RA number and a shipping label. I sent it in again 7 days later, brand new rim, and the wheel's been completely rebuilt. It's awesome. So, and that's the only trouble I've had in 4 years and 2 months with these rims at all, which is not bad for 4 years and 2 months living in Moab and riding as aggressively as I do. And this front wheel, you know what I've never done, or never done it to the rear wheel either. I've never trued the wheel, nor have I ever tightened a spoke. I've never had a wheel set that for 4 years and 2 months stayed in true, and I never had to tighten or loosen a spoke or do anything. So my overall review of the Onyx subs is they're amazing. The best subs I've ever had. I've never had a freewheel body last usually over a year. These things have lasted 4 years and 2 months, minus that one little glitch that they warranted and fixed quickly for me. And same with the rims. Just absolutely amazing to have a wheel set, almost zero maintenance wheel set for 4 years and 2 months. So I know Onyx subs aren't the cheapest, and I know Envy rims are not the cheapest, but they turned out to be about the best value I've ever had in mountain biking. And believe me, I wish I was sponsored by Envy. I wish I was sponsored by Onyx subs, but I paid for these. So I'm not biased. I'm just giving you my honest review. They're amazing. So I hope you enjoyed my review. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and go to betterride.net for more skills articles and tutorials. And I'll see you next time.